At State Farm Stadium here in Glendale. Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. A first carry for Tyler Allgeier. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Here's Brissett. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
On play action, Brissett. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Brissett's throw here going to be caught by Wilson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Now a toss left side for Allgeier. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
First down, Brissett. caught on the right side by Jones. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They'll run. Here's the former Seminole. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw, Brissett. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Michael Wilson, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners 1st down as he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Play action. Now Purdy. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. It's Zaven Collins who got in there to get the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Greg George deep for Arizona. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD, and you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
A throw over the middle, taken in, and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now here's a throw that's complete and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
Brissett again. He completes it to Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Here's Brissett. Flush to his right. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here now, 2nd and 4. Brissett. Flushed out, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Jacoby Brissett taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something, being shut out right now. They could really use some momentum before they head into halftime. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. 2nd down and 3. Here's Purdy. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw off the play action. He finds his man, Sky Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Airing this one out for Evans. A leap, and he's got it. Mike Evans, as the first half is winding down. And the Niners are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now Greg Dortch going to bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll also wind up being the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And he returns this to the 22. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is caught by Evans. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
Remember on their last drive, they had that pass play for a touchdown, and here they come out firing again. This play's not quite as good in the end result, but still good enough for a quick first down.
Now on first down, it's Purdy. Looking Mike Evans' way again, and he's got another one. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive.
and they're off to a fast start here.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing here, Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson, and the Cardinals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Starting the drive with Allgeier. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Allgeier now up the middle. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
To throw is Brissett. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Brissett. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Decent gain on the scramble is 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. Moore now to return. This taken in right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A tougher task for them now. That turnover on their last possession led to the field goal, meaning that they have to now try to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now 2nd and 5. Purdy now to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. Penalties not what they needed here. 1st and 15. Back to throw, Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. Here's 1st and 10. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Purdy sets up to throw again. That's complete to his tight end, Farrell.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
This is 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And the Cards are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Allgeier with another carry. And the Cardinals are going to have a first down. And that's a big one, as they should be able to run it out from here. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Don't worry. 50 seconds, Mike. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on